Welcome back to part 2 here, Rugby. We're going to start off the second half, as we always do, with this week's social roundup. Starting off with good luck to little Ronnie Kerwin, Hull KR fan, who's Britain's youngest stroke victim at just 18 months. Obviously close to your heart, back down at the York Knights. Yeah,
I saw that on social media this morning. I think everyone at our club wishes him all the best, and we all want the right thing. So let's hope he pulls through.
And a big shout out to Mickey Love, Mikolai Ledsky. We went down to Shooters with him the other morning, having breakfast with the legend Roy Dickinson, and saying he went for his baby scan, and it's announced it's a girl. So good luck, Mickey. All those sleepless nights ahead of you, mate. Also, Sean Wayne catching up down at Coogee Bay with Sam Burgess, leading to a load of people saying, Burgess to Wigan. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
No, it's going to Bradford.
Back to Bradford. You take him, won't you, John?
We take him. We certainly take him.
Congratulations to friend of the show, Ollie Roberts, signed a 5-year deal at Huddersfield, and Ryan Briley commenting just at the bottom there, wow, money bags, money bags, money bags. Good player, Ollie Roberts. Obviously, you know him from playing against him in the World Cup.
Yeah, I think he's matured, and I think he's really got better and developed, and 2 or 3 years' time, he could be amongst the best second rows in the competition. So Huddersfield have been pretty smart there, tying him down for a number of years. Lastly,
the new James Bond has been announced for the role in the upcoming film, and he's been spotted down at Featherstone, at the Featherstone Rovers. Check this out. John Duffy sent us an exclusive video, James Bond in Featherstone.
Is that James Bond? Give us your James Bond pause. Pause again. Change your pause up. Nice.
There he is, one of a kind, Rob the legend down at Featherstone. You know Rob, don't you, John?
I do, yeah, and he's been a kit man there for a long time, and he's a source of most jokes around Featherstone, but he's a decent bloke, and wish him all the best in his new career.
Right, we're going to link now to a feature that blows up every time we put it on social media. That's hard as nails. Right now, we've got the legend that is Stu Fielden telling us about his toughest 5 opponents.
I'm Stuart Fielding, and these are my top 5 toughest players I've played with or against. In at number 5, the Raging Bull, Gordon Tallis. I didn't play tons against him, in fact only once, but that was as a young lad for England, and just such a formidable player. I mean, you can see, I have to look on YouTube to see what he did and what a legend he was, but the more the aura around him, not only was he tough, but the size of him, and such an angry man. And I have a bit of feeling for angry men. There's nothing wrong with angry men. I like angry men. Number 4 is the big man himself, Joe Vangana. Played a lot with him, far more with him, but did play against him as well for England. And just a man mountain. But not only that, he had such good hands. So you can get burnt more than once. As in, not only would he smash you and run over you, he'd just tip on past you as well. So the old, which one are you going to get? You're going to get the smash, or you're going to get the tip on. Not only that, playing with him, but you could see when he came to Bradford all the stuff he'd done in the NRL, and just I still there when I was there with England, and I've been there with England with Great Britain as well. Seeing his picture in the changing room up at New Zealand, and it's there for a reason. Because he's such a legend there, and just because of what he achieved and how he used to ruin teams. Number 3, did play a lot against this man, and that was Shane Webke. Brisbane legend, Australian legend, just relentless and tough. Once described, I've got a shirt upstairs in my folk shirt to have a shirt I swapped with him up in my study, and he signed it. And on there it says a man made of granite, not about me but about himself. Just so tough, such a tough player. State of origin obviously, Australia, Brisbane, and just everything he won and did, but just tough, relentless, and had a lot got great battles with him playing for Great Britain. Number 2 is the big fella himself, Sonny Bill Williams, and it's kind of dual why so tough. So toughness is a few things, I think, but certainly tough. He's conquered everything, hasn't he? He's rugby union. He's won the World Cup, both World Cups. You've seen what he does in that, but he smashes people. Just an absolute beast. But on the other side, conversely, is something you don't expect, because he's a massive human being. Is his feet, his footwork, and I can remember one year, I think it was 2003, but playing against him, and suddenly it's such a big man, and you're thinking, I've got him here. Then he's gone. He had the feet of someone, of a centre, short, Martin Gleeson, Shantae Happy had feet, feet of angels, just unbelievable feet, and he had them. But yeah, he'd be 6'4", 6'5", and weighs more than a midi skip. The last one is Moz. Got to be number one. For me, it's not just the top 5. That he is, for me, the best player in modern history, modern Super League, best forward in modern Super League, and him and Barry Mack just kind of took turns taking my head off. I do remember that. I mean, no, there was not really a ding dong, but I was 19. He took it clean off, and then kind of Barry just carried that on for the next 7 years. Just literally clotheslining me twice a game, maybe 3 times. But what Moz did, he just used to ruin players, and just ruin players. And it's easy saying. There's a lot of things said about legends, and there's a lot of things said, and it's used far too sparingly. There's a lot of people are given a legend title, and they're not a legend. But certainly he is, and players like that. I mean, Moz, what he did in the NRL was literally terrorise people. The MOD, could have used him to test the armour on tanks. He was that just used to destroy, just write players off. Not always fairly, but it wasn't that dirty. And I remember one time it was at the KC Stadium. We were playing Australia, and literally someone had got a bit gobby towards him, and it was a fair hit, but literally he shot out, and literally like that, the Exocet missile I kind of mentioned certainly put a hole in his tank armour. The guy was just left on the floor. I can't remember, unfortunately, which player it was, but it ruined him. And teams, some people are gobby, some people say a lot. Moz didn't say a lot. If he got angry, you would see he's angry, but he would be actions rather than words, and that's always far better. You don't need to say it, just do it. And he did it. What he did in the NRL is, for an English player, has never so far has not been surpassed.
5 tough men there. Moz getting number 1, but Barry McDermott being ignored.
He'll be annoyed at that, I'll tell you. He'll be annoyed. He takes great pride in his reputation, and he won't be happy.
What great battles they were back in the day, Stu Fielding and Barry McDermott. I remember watching them as a youngster.
Yeah, a bit of blood, guts and thunder never hurt, did it? It's entertainment, it's emotional, and might not be everyone's cup of tea, but certainly makes a game a game.
Right then, it's time to go over to the big game day experience with our very own Wagataurus, visiting, obviously, Bootham Crescent as York take on the Bradford Bulls, and we unleash the beast that is Wagataurus.
Outside Bootham Crescent, York City Knights are taking on Bradford Bulls, League One opener. It's going to be an absolute classic. Pre-game, I'm just going to have a look around. Come follow me, come have a look, guys. If you was at this burger stand right now, what would you order? I need some advice.
A cheeseburger.
A cheeseburger?
Yeah.
With extra tomato sauce?
No.
No?
I don't like tomato sauce.
Any onions?
Pardon?
Any onions?
No.
Cheeseburger, hot dog. A pie. We're going pies. We're not in Wigan. Pie eaters. How much? I'm from Cass. £3.10. Thank you. £3.10. Bargain. Right, here I go. Bootham Crescent pie. Not bad, not bad. Bit hot, bit hot. Oh, what do you reckon today's game? Can they get the win? Are you there? I'm joined by Paddy Hadley. Played a lot of Featherstone during his career, legend there, and played a bit of York, Paddy.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you reckon they'll go? League One against Bradford Bulls today. League One in Cat. What a game.
It's going to be very difficult, first game of the season. Not sure really about Bradford, but I know York have been training really hard. We train our youth under nines. We train down at the same facilities as them, and they look like they're really up for it. In the pre-season game against Featherstone, they put up a good show, so should be a good contest today.
Today's game, currently 8-4 up, right? Can you do it against Bradford today?
I hope so. I'm actually, the score, I'm gobsmacked.
You're gobsmacked. Right, let's talk about this programme. Let's get a view in here. Last time, Bradford, when they were Northern against York, got the programme. Look at that.
78.
78,
And we got beat.
And they got beat, but he's not bothered. Absolutely brilliant.
We were first, we were second division, they were first division, so we did well to get to the final.
Bradford Bulls match winner, Joe Keys. Firstly, tell me the emotion. What's going through your head when the whistle's gone? If you miss it, they're not going to be very happy with it. If you get it, they're buzzing like they know. The reaction were unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, you've got to try and take it like you do every kick. That's what every kicker's going to say. But obviously, after that hooter went, I just thought, oh no, last chance here. So, but yeah, the feeling after doing something like that is incredible. With all the 4,000 people here today is ridiculous from both sets of fans.
It's a top game, really fast. It was, some of the boys were saying in there, it felt like a Super League game. And the atmosphere, the Bradford fans showed up in numbers. There were about 2,000 of them. The York fans were loud as well. It's a good ground, good atmosphere, really fast game. The referee didn't give much in the ruck, and that made it really fast and not many penalties.
This club's got massive potential. 2,500 against Toronto last year, 4,000 here today. If we had a good cup run, got a Super League team down here, it'd be bouncing again, which would be great for the club.
They're a fairly new club, so you know we'll do our homework on them this week, and John will put together a tip sheet, and we'll look at them. And we've got to take every game, you know, as they come. We're not going to disrespect any teams in this league. You know, we spoke about that at the start of the year. We've got to take every game as it comes, and that's just a great way to start against a top York team.
Rugby AM Fan Camp fueled by LD Nutrition.
Come on, Bradford!
What a game! What a game for Division 1.
2 minutes, having a selfie. How long have you been supporting York?
Nearly 50 years. But
Nearly 50 years! Unbelievable, awesome. Up the knees! 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 Can I have a quick chat? Quick chat? You sure?
That'll draw have been a fair result, to be fair. Definitely.
Result?
100%.
Kenny! I don't know who Kenny is, but I love him. Kenny! This guy here is offering free pints at the Eagle in Castleford. Is that true? He owns the Eagle in Castleford.
Free beer tomorrow.
Free beer tomorrow. Free beer tomorrow on a Monday. Super player Seb. I coached this little boy at Lady Elizabeth Primary School in Leicester. He's an outstanding talent, great player, great kid. I should have known you'd be a Bradford fan. Right, what do you think of today's game, Seb?
Good.
good.
Did you believe that you could snatch that? Did you think you were going to get that kick?
Yeah.
Do you boys play rugby?
Yeah.
Where at?
West Bowling.
West Bowling, great club. Is that where the legend Elliot Whitehead played? Yeah, what a club.
What a game we've seen today. Absolutely brilliant.
Unreal. I thought it had, when York had the drop goal, I thought it's got draw row all over it. And for Bradford to come and put the nail in the coffin was unreal. But a fantastic advert for Rugby League. An unbelievable game.
Swagger is a boat. Swagger is a boat.
You must be feeling good right now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, fine.
Do you play rugby?
No, I used to.
You used to. You need to get back playing. They need you on field.
I don't.
Who's your favourite York City Knights player?
Ash Robson.
Ash Robson, great talent. I thought he played really well today. Who's your favourite player?
Ash Robson.
Ash Robson.
Ash Robson.
That's right. Ash Robson, you're a York legend already. He's from York, isn't he?
Ash Robson.
This is what I love about Rugby League. Outside Bootham Crescent, Bradford have got the points. Starting League One well. Look at this. Love it. Well done, boys. Enjoy the win. You're going to have a shandy tonight to celebrate.
No.
Can the mum and dad shandy, please? Shandy's all round, bully, bully. Can you do the bully, bully? Bully, bully!
Bully, bully. Bully, bully.
I'll see you tomorrow at the Eagle. Free bar, yes! Monday Club, Monday Club.
Dirty on the dance floor. DJ Alex Simmons.
What a fantastic result for you, John, but also fantastic for the club financially, the result for you guys, John.
Yeah, great. Look, we're here to win games. You know, we're here to deliver on the pitch and deliver a great product and get more people engaged in that. But finances play a part in every club.
Now it's time to go back to the roots of Rugby League, and we're really proud to be presenting Rugby AM Live just 2 weeks away now. First fixtures being announced, Wigan St Pat's versus the champion Stato Heath. And we caught up with Alex Walmsley as he went back to his old club Dewsbury Celtic to talk about the Australia tour coming up. But one player caught your eye yesterday for York who was signed by the Knights from York Acorn.
Yeah, Joe Porter. It was a pain in the backside, in all honesty, because we thought when we'd seen Graham Horn off the field, we'd seen Adam Robinson off the field, we thought perhaps a bit of the sort of relentlessness would go out of the York City Knights. But this kid came on, he's got great late footwork, and he causes all sorts of problems. So York have done a great job signing a young amateur and giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, Joe joined us last year from York Acorn. He's a great lad, and there's many, many more in the York game, and it's for us to discover and give them a chance, and that's what League One and that's what our club will always do.
And from your point of view as a coach, very difficult for you to get out to fixtures week in, week out to looking for scouting players. I know you have scouting networks, but it's always better if you see players yourself. You'll be able to put your TV on a Saturday afternoon and watch an NCL game, top level, maybe see some stars that you might want to take at Bradford.
Well, what it'll do, it'll save me a trip to Dewsbury Celtic, because when we were tipped off about Alex Walmsley, who played for Leeds Met University on a Wednesday, Dewsbury Celtic on the Saturday, and obviously you go out and have a look at him. And first of all, when I watched him play for Leeds Met, nobody could tackle him. I thought, well, that's because it's Student Rugby League. Then I watched him play conference, and nobody could tackle him there. So I thought we better give him a go. And me feeling as if I know what I'm on about there. I told Alex he'd probably get 6 games that first season. Well, ended up playing everyone, and then he got signed by St Helens, so it shows what I know.
Absolutely outstanding. Let's go over now to Dewsbury Celtic, one of the oldest clubs in Rugby League, formed in 1895, and listen to Alex Walmsley and a couple of local legends talking about the club and their 2019 Australia tour. Al, we're down at Dewsbury Celtic, and it's a club so close to your shirts are up on the wall, and it's only probably 6 years ago you were playing first team here.
Yeah, no, it's been crazy. I think my last game for Dewsbury Celtic was 2012 in January in a Yorkshire Winter League game against Birstall Victoria. So I can't, honestly, it's been mad. It really has.
Mate, the dream starts here for so many young players and players who probably missed that academy system, players like yourself. We're really excited about showcasing the National Conference League this year on Free Sports, going out to a national audience, 18 million homes, and it's going to be great for all them players like you who might miss the boat, who's going to have a chance at getting out to a national TV audience?
Yeah, it's a fantastic concept, and I think it's great that obviously Rugby AM are supporting it as much as they can, because it is a great standard, and obviously there's a lot of players there I feel who play in these sort of leagues and who can kick on, and there's many examples who have gone and done it, and you know, there's nothing better than turning up and, you know, on a Tuesday and Thursday night, training with your mates and going on a Saturday, having 80 minutes and a few beers after in the clubhouse.
Last word on Dewsbury Celtic and these fantastic young men, and women, because the people in the club give the time up for nothing. It's at the heart of the community. It's so important to life around the club and the people's lives. It affects so many young people, and these young lads are going off on tour to Australia and following your footsteps. What advice would you give them, and what does Dewsbury Celtic mean to the community?
Yeah, I don't think you can undersell what it means to the community. And for me personally, if it wasn't for those people, like you said, who commit so many hours and time off their own back, you know, don't get paid, and they'll come out in all hours all year round, and I've done for 100 years and a day. It's for them to come off their own back and commit so many hours and allow for clubs to do what they do and ply the trade, and not just Dewsbury Celtic but all amateur clubs, and you know, us as professional players wouldn't be where we are if it weren't for those people.
Let's hear the thoughts of Paul Eaton.
Easter egg on legs.
And the Easter egg on legs, Danny Lee, chairman of the club, on what these boys have got to look forward to on the tour.
Ever since I were on the committee, I pushed for the club to make a tour to France initially. Three teams did that, and then I did it with my team just last year. We got back from that and we licked his wounds. It took a bit of doing, and we thought, do you know what? Maybe there might be a chance of us pushing a little bit harder and getting a tour to Australia.
From a personal point of view, playing in Australia is probably something that it's been one of my ambitions in life, and you know, we've not been the most successful team in the open age era. But what we've thought of is this is more of, let's try and keep the guys together and give them something to look forward to.
Absolutely fantastic to see such a legend going back to his old club. Looking towards this week's fixtures, Challenge Cup time, you've got West Wales Raiders, John. Do you know much about them?
No, and obviously their game postponed, didn't they, against Newcastle this last weekend, and that was going to be the game we're going to have a good, as a coach yourself, we're going to have a good look at and try and identify the threats and where we could exploit the weaknesses. So it looks like I'll have to do some digging further back.
And John, you got Askham going up to Cumbria.
Yeah, and Dave Clark coaching them as well, so we know they're going to be well coached. They've been really positive about putting this game on, and we're really looking forward to it as an organisation.
Yeah, it's a great Challenge Cup, obviously. You're the king of Challenge Cup, mate, Sheffield and Hull. Take us back. Is that your best day out? Which was it? What's your best day in Rugby League?
The best day was the 98 Cup final, yeah. But the best campaign, I think there's two equal ones still. It's Wakefield's 6-game relegation campaign where we just sneaked past Cass in that first ever £1 million game, and then there was the Hull FC campaign where we bet a Super League team in every single round to win the cup, so we really earned it that year.
Absolutely outstanding. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for coming to the new studio. We're going to ask you just to sign the table. We're going to get Danny Maguire back. We're going to get Brian Noble back as well to sign the table. At the end of the year, we'll be giving this to a fan, a lucky fan, and everyone who's been on the sofa will have signed the Rugby AM table. So there you go. To finish off tonight's show, we're going to look into the commercial world. Castleford are a club building towards a new stadium, and this week they launched their very own superstore down at the Escape retail outlet. Luke Gale's the king of Cass, and he was there with all the other players as they went around all the different units, engaging with the fans, and it was quite a special opening. Check this out. Outside the Castleford, what's it called?
Castleford Tigers Sports Superstore.
Castleford Tigers Sports Superstore, with the First Lady Rugby League, Michelle Cooper. She's honestly been the most helpful woman in our journey of Rugby AM, along with Sian Jones as well. Look, if Sian mentioned. Craig,
have I not been helpful?
You have always, mate. Always. York's finest, mate. What's she like to have at the club? She's a dream, isn't she?
Yeah, it's really good. Anything you need organising or anything like that, you just send Michelle a text and she's usually straight back to you with an answer. So,
Shell, tell us about this Sports Superstore, because Cass obviously is a club missing out just last year in grand final, but building off the field towards the new stadium, and this is another step on the road in the Escape. Obviously the biggest complex in the area. It's important that the club has a presence in there, attracting a lot of new young fans.
Yep. It's just a different avenue for us to attract new people to the club. We're selling different things in there. We've got NRL gear, loads of different sports merchandise. So it's just something new for us to give to our fans.
And the fans have obviously been great with the club, always supporting the boys through thick and thin. Last year, that close. Are you confident of going one step further this year?
Absolutely. All the way this year, absolutely.
Last one. Obviously, we do a lot of work with Leeds Rugby, and everyone's really excited at Leeds about the clash coming up at Ellen Road. Going to break the Super League record. All Cast fans need to come along. And do you think we could see more Cast fans and Leeds fans at Ellen Road?
Absolutely. We're
100%.
looking to take as many as possibly can to Ellen Road. It'll be a great experience for us to play somewhere new, and we can't wait to play.
Right, a big thanks to John Flatman, to John Keir, and to all of you watching at home on Free Sports. We'll be back next week for some more Rugby AM.